In recent years, we have seen an increase in these social movements. Does social media help facilitate the social movements? Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers to see if we can make sense of it all. First, we must have to take a look at how many people are actually online and how many people are using these social networks. A Pew Research study done in 2006 shows that 73% of American adults 18 or older go online. Another study done in 2006 shows that 35% of the users have created content and posted it online using such sites as Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube. Now that we've gone through some of the numbers of how many people are actually using the internet, let's go ahead and take a real-life example to see how this all fits together. Now this is Chris. He's a mid to late 20s college student going to a local university. Chris, like many college students nowadays, have to work full-time to put himself through school and pay for all the college expenses. Fortunately now, Chris is actually feeling the mounting pressures of school. This is brought on by having to work full-time and being able to pay for all of the different expenses that comes along with going to a local university. Some of these expenses can be books, parking, rent, tuition, school supplies, and loans. Due to the mounting pressures that Chris is feeling because of work and school, Chris decides to go online to vent some of his frustrations. Soon after going online, Chris realizes that he's not alone. He goes on several different social sites and makes connections with other students who are feeling the same pressures of being a full-time worker and a full-time college student. Some of these connections can be made on several different social sites, such as MySpace, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and others. A Pew Research study done in 2006 shows that 43% of people under 30 actually go and actually create this user content online. Now with Chris going online to all of these online social networks, Chris has become part of a network of nodes and links. These are connections that actually help connect people of different backgrounds and nationalities and economic levels. These links and nodes allow information to be distributed from any individual or group to the rest of the groups within the network. These individuals, along with Chris, create a network of groups called affinity groups. Affinity groups are groups that share the same goals and objectives and loosely coordinate their actions around their shared objectives. Now this doesn't mean that they all have the same objective, but they all can see that the potential of supporting one another can actually eventually end up attaining their particular goal. Now these affinity groups can combine together with other groups to create ad hoc groups or ad hoc mobile social groups. What these are new social form made possible by the combination of mobile computers and mobile communication and location awareness. Much of this has been brought on by the increased use of wireless, internet, technology, and mobile computing and smart cell phones. Now to expand this definition a little bit further, ad hoc means that these groups and people are organized with their devices informally and on the fly, much like high school students or students organize after school by using text messages to informally meet with one another. This new form of social network, along with their access to mobile technology, has many advantages to the old way of creating social movements. One of the first advantages that these new groups have is their ability to bypass many traditional forms of communication and broadcast media. These individuals become their own broadcasters, transmitting and receiving both news gossip among different networks. This ability to broadcast and transmit between members allows the movement to move in small groups together or independently. These groups have flexibility when being deployed to go anywhere at any time. Along with that advantage, these groups actually can use mobile technology to give themselves another advantage, to bypass and to move around normal blockades that would stop most social movements, like police and police barriers. This new media technology also brings about spontaneity, which makes it very difficult for the police or media to help predict and control these different social groups. Finally, the last main weapon that these mobile ad hoc group social networks have is the ability to swarm. Individual members of each group remain dispersed until mobile communications draw them together in certain places at any given moment, from any direction simultaneously to coordinate with other groups. These new social groups and social networks reflect the same social networks that are seen in Facebook and MySpace on the internet. This means that the structures of these movements mimic the structures and methods of the new social media on the internet. Because these social movements actually mimic the same social structures that we see on the internet, this means that they're actually decentralized and have a decentralized social structure. This decentralization actually goes even more further by not every member having the same actual need and goal. We've seen this many times with the Occupy movements here in America. This decentralized social structure allows for any one member of the group to act or have the power to become the leader of the group. This ability for any one of these people to become the social network leader and change and reorganize is what happened to our subject Chris. These social networks became part of a large social network that shared some of the same values, needs, and goals as Chris did. These social media networks allow and help facilitate groups to join and rally for a common cause. These movements can be seen everywhere from the Middle East, Europe, and even in occupied movements here in the US. I hope that you've enjoyed my presentation today on social media and social movements. Thank you.